All right, let's talk about Married to Medicine. Married to Medicine, LA. All right, so they're still in Palm Springs. They left off where they start off where they left off. Hope you guys are doing well. The reason why I started like this because I just did another video, and that video is of Real Housewives of New York. So go watch that other video. Both of these videos should be uploading today within minutes of each other. So go watch. That's why I started the video off like that. So y'all know, okay? So they're pedaling on this bar. You know, the pedal, they do that downtown Sacramento. They pedal around on the bar, and Jasmine is looking at this as an opportunity for Kendra to exercise, and she keeps telling her move her feet. I was tired of hearing Jasmine call Kendra. I was so tired of hearing her call her name. I was like, girl, shut the fuck up. Shut up, honey. I don't know what kind of bug that was, child, but you ain't gonna get in my stuff. You ain't gonna get in my stuff. I should not have cussed like that. I'm gonna have to cut that out. But girl, shut up. Shut up. Coach Jasmine is overwhelming. She just says, I feel like this is a waste of my time. You're doing the most. Jasmine's like, you're exhausting me. It's exhausting. And then Leah loses her shoe, which I don't understand why she had to go get her own shoe. Why didn't somebody with some shoes go and get her shoe for her? You got her walking on the bare Palm Springs Street, which is probably cleaner than the average street, to be honest. But they were like talking about basically, girl, you're too much. It's like there's being an accountability partner, then there's being overwhelming. I'm like that. I don't like a tough love approach. Don't do tough love. Don't talk crazy to me. Don't do that. Don't try to embarrass me. Don't talk to me in front of people. Don't do that. So what happened, where they missed the opportunity, is they should have laid the ground rules. Like, okay, this is what what are your expectations of me, and what are your expectations of me, right? That's it. And here's what I expect of you, and what do you expect from me? And this is how we're going to enter this accountability, diet coach, whatever it is that you're doing, Jasmine, because it is overwhelming. It was just so much calling her name. I was like, girl, be quiet. And she was like, you were eating vegan pho. And she just kept saying pho. It just like, I was just like, girl, shut up. Girl, it's pho. Like, for real? Like, yes. Like, girl, what is the problem? And that's what it's called. Like, stop it. Anyway, so they go to a Love Thy label. They basically said, I need to do stuff on my terms. That's what Kendra said. I don't need anybody with Jasmine's personality helping me get to my weight loss goals. She's too much. And I agree. Just too much. And it's over the top. And it's just, it is exhausting. Love Thy label dinner. So Jasmine is talking to Shanique, and they're just having like a little conversation about this t-shirt that she's gonna wear, and it's all intent, right? Her intentions were to antagonize Leah, and that's exactly what she did. And that's what I'm trying to talk about. She's confrontational. And it's really, like I said, a shallow aggressiveness, because there's nothing there. Like, why are you being aggressive like this? Why are you being antagonistic like this? Because then when I say something to you, then it's going to be a problem. Because it's always a problem when the other person claps back harder, right? It's always a problem when you didn't understand, or you didn't realize that this is really not the person you want to go toe to toe with. Now all of a sudden that wasn't your intent, right? Her intentions was to antagonize Leah, and that's exactly what she did. Leah's skirt was so freaking cute. So cute, so cute, so cute. Jasmine gets up and she goes to the restroom. They come back and they start talking about the gifts that they had received from each other. And Leah's asking everybody, what are you wearing? First, that was, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? Everybody said, well, I have Louboutins, and I have Versace, and I have on Marc Consuelo is what she said at first. And then she was like, what do you have on? And she was like, this tea. What is LS? What is that? And she's like, everybody's like, what is that? And she was like, it's my stuff. Why wouldn't I represent my brand? And so even Imani was like, I agree with you on that. But girl, at the end of the day, you did that. Your intention was to antagonize, and you succeeded, because Leah she was like, girl, whatever. You ain't got to follow. You're the one that doesn't have to follow any rules. Everybody else here is on board, but you're the only one that doesn't have to follow any rules. And that goes into what they talked about with her and her husband. Like, we don't see your husband. You don't talk about yourself. Everybody is talking about themselves, and you're not talking about yourself. So they start talking about the gifts. So they're like, if you don't like your gift, you do not say that to the person. You accept it with grace and do whatever you will with it when you in your presence. But to tell somebody you don't appreciate their gift. Now, the blowhorn gift was very, it was thoughtless. It was impersonal. It looked like she got it out of the 7-Eleven. So I understand where Shanique was coming from. Like, girl, what is this? You gave me a horn for what? An air horn for what? What is this? What am I going to do with this? When am I going to use this? How is this useful to me? What kind of gift is this? And why are you giving me this? Like, I understood where Shanique was coming from. And then she was like, well, why did you guys give her the dildos and stuff? And she was like, girl, she ain't had sex in 5 years. That was an appropriate gift. And Jasmine was right, girl. Like, girl, that was appropriate. Like, that was right on time. You getting a divorce here, you gonna be without some, here's some. That's a cute, like, gift. But the air horn, it was like this big. It was like this big. It looked like a lighter. Like, girl, here, like, you should have just gave her a lighter. A lighter would have probably been more useful. At least can start some fire and heat some food up. You know what I'm saying? That little air horn was useless. And it was useless to me. Jasmine speaks up for Shanique, and she, makes a comment about the penises. And then Imani says, well, I've been opening up. And Jasmine, you're not really saying anything. You don't say anything. You don't share anything. I have to refer to your husband by his initial. Like, why is it that you don't get to follow the rules and everybody else? So the theme was to wear your labels. You don't have on any designer labels that we can recognize. You're promoting your company. And then you don't even have to have your husband on here. I don't think, would that be okay in a show called Married to Medicine? Y'all want to kick Quad off of Married to Medicine because she doesn't have a husband. Okay. But this woman is not showing her husband at all. So to me, we don't know. Are you telling the truth? Are you married? We don't really know. What is it, girl? And she says, well, you don't open up. And she says, well, I don't need to. I don't need to, girl. Shut up. Like, that was so. And she was like, well, my husband, he's on a regime. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, you're not smart. Like, you're smart, but you're not smart. Like, and it's shallow, and your approach is shallow. Your jabs are shallow. It's just no thought in what you do. It's just like, I don't know. And even Britain was like, what about next weekend? She was like, we're busy. Okay, girl, forget it. So they show the men playing pool. Hobart, Robert, and Mac go out. And he talks about Kendra's issue going back to work. Robert talks about Shanique, how he told her to quit her job, and he was wrong in that. He realized that was not the advice that he should have given her. And Mac comes through with the sound advice that says you cannot tell black women to give up their independence. It don't go like that. And once men who want to enter relationships with women understand that you cannot take a black woman's independence from her, you just can't. That's not something that you should actively try to do. You should not try to do that, right? Here we are later. Shanique is crying to Imani, telling her, I've been the wife, the mother. I've been these things. What about me? Like, and that's what Kendra's having an issue with. Her identity. Didn't I say that the last time? We understood that that's what her problem was. She didn't want to lose her identity to being a mom, because there's so many people. Society is like, girl, you're a mom. That's your life's purpose. That's the only reason why you're put on this earth is to produce another child. Now you need to devote your life to this child forever. And that's not how this shit works. And it's not. Period. Poo. Okay. So Matt comes through and he says it's communication, and he starts labeling off all the side effects when you don't have communication. You know, what, short tempers, all of the stuff that Robert was naming off, just all of these side effects. And he was like, that's what happens when you don't communicate, Matt. Now, sometimes we give better advice than we could take for our own selves, which, you know, that's true. And so, but he really gave them good advice. You're not going to tell a black woman to give up her independence. And part of her independence is her career. And just like Brent said, you tell me no, I'm going to do it. Tell me I can't do it. I can't do what now? You going to tell me I can't do what? And I don't know what kind of woman who would be like, if a man tells her you can't do something in this day and age, will be like, okay, that's not going to work. Matt came through. They don't want to lose their voice. They got this voice. They got this equality. Don't take that away from them by telling them to quit their jobs. And even like Hobart was like, well, I feel like she's just not going to take care of the kid. And they're like, don't even say that. That's not something that you even say to her. I like the fact that Hobart ordered an alcoholic beverage. The other ones didn't. So whatever. So they go to this drag show, and they were making jokes saying it was bingo night because there was a bunch of old people in there. And that was funny. Imani got up, and they were showing so much attention to her, and they were throwing dollars. They looked like they had a really good time. Brenton's skirt was very cute. The little shimmer little thing that she had going on was very cute, but she got a lot of attention that night, and it was good for her because of what she's going through. Great. The next day at breakfast, you could see the chef making biscuits. Of course, Jasmine doesn't eat a biscuit. Like, that kind of stuff. Like, are we going to be okay with this, like, teetering on an eating disorder that's happening here? I know people have their diets and what they can and cannot eat and how their body reacts to it. And they don't have to disclose, like, I don't eat biscuits because I'm allergic to gluten, or I'm allergic to wheat, or I'm allergic to whatever you're allergic to, child. But it's just like, nah, I don't eat that. Nah, I don't eat that. But then saying that you would really like to try it, but that's not something you like. So just have a piece like that. Depriving yourself, I don't know. I can't. That's over with, child. Kendra says that money on her body. I don't know what's that. Kendra, money on her body. I don't know why I wrote that. Spending money on her body. I don't know. But Jasmine says something about her being defensive. They showed a clip of them from the night before when they got in from the drag show. Leah was toe up. She was drunk. She was smoking weed. Leah's my girl. Leah was looking cute the whole time. Her hair was cute with the bangs and stuff like that. She was not feeling Jasmine. I was here for that. I was here for Leah's whole little energy that she was giving off that trip. She didn't really get into it with anybody. She was just like chill. She wasn't gonna argue with Jasmine for not coming in the labels, girl, whatever. So they said they finally had a conversation. They was eating chicken wings, sitting in the hot tub, smoking weed. I was like, yes, come on, girls, trip. That's what I'm talking about. Just having a conversation, and they realized that they are going to try to, be in a better place or whatever. They're going to try again or whatever. So Imani's talking about, we're going to have these new traditions. I'm going to celebrate Christmas, but me and my son are going to have these new traditions without Phil there or whatever. And then Jasmine says, well, I need to make sure that my friend is okay. I don't believe it. I don't know what it is with Jasmine and her energy towards Imani. I don't feel like it's authentic, and that's just what it is. I feel like it's fake. I feel like she wants to know what's going on in her life, because I don't know, maybe it's me projecting, but I feel like Imani gives off what Jasmine isn't used to, and the energy and the attention that Imani gets, Jasmine doesn't really like it. But I want to get close to you because I need to figure out what is it about you that everybody they're drawn to you, your attention. She like came in that drag show or whatever. It wasn't much going on, but she was like, everybody was, she took the mic away and she was like, yeah, I'm a doctor. Not only am I beautiful, but I'm a doctor. That's when Kendra stood up like, yes, honey, not only are we cute, but we doctors too, honey. Get it together. You know what I'm saying? And those are great accomplishments. A lot goes into being a doctor. A lot that people don't, it's not everybody can do it. So it does take a lot of hard work, and you should stand up, and you should not have to lose your identity to that, to having a baby. So I understand why Kendra was standing up like, yes, tell them you a doctor too, girl. Let them know. So it was cute. She said she had Imani said the long drive up to Palm Springs gave her, the time to think about what was going on. And she is really okay now. But Jasmine was like, I don't think she's okay. I need to check on her. I think Jasmine wants to get close to Imani to figure out what it is that that she embodies that she doesn't, because we look like negatives standing next to each other. So I'm trying to figure out. And like I said, maybe I'm projecting, but I feel like Jasmine wants to be close to Imani to see like this model-less perfection that I am so used to building up for myself, looking perfect. And here comes this dark-skinned, no hair, bald-headed woman who gets just as much as attention as me, if not more. What is it about her? Let me get close to her so I can figure out what crack she has in her relationship, and figure out that this person who's presenting perfection is not really perfect. So I'm gonna need to check on her to make sure she's okay. I don't trust it. We just have to support our friends. Okay, girl. All right. Shanique, they call the kids. It was cute because Mac was like, they're not really interested in talking to you, Britton. They not paying attention to you. So Shanique and Imani are sitting there, and she's talking about Shanique is saying that I'm gonna have a career change, and she was like, okay, telling her she wants to get into real estate. That's when she starts crying, and she's explaining to her, I don't just want to lose myself. I've been a great mom. I've been a great wife. What about me? And Imani said something. No one wants to be the same person year after year. People have to change. You cannot box a woman into, this is going to be your job and that's it, until these people are 18 years old. This is not 1975. This is not 1962. This is not 1945. We're not doing that literal unhappy, drunk housewife watching, soap operas and taking care of kids and miserable as hell. And because she didn't get to live the life that she wanted to live. You understand what I'm saying? So she was like, and then they're like going back between her and Kendra, Britton, and Jasmine. And so she was telling them about dinner, and how at dinner they had a fight, and that she just doesn't want to lose her identity. Battling her identity, she needs a balance, and that's just what it is. And we've been saying that on the last reviews. But Shanique is saying, I want to do other things. I don't want to be just a wife and a mother. And that's just what it is. And so it's just what it is. And Kendra says she's not going to tell Hobart that she's going to take this job. And I'm glad that Britton and Jasmine were like, you can't do that. Britton was like, girl, you already starting off on the wrong foot. And I love how blunt Britton is. Like, girl, no. Like when she told Shanique at the table, girl, calm down. What she tell her? She called her Buttercup or something. Like, girl, ease up. Be your regular self, but cool down a little bit. And that was where the blowhorn came in, but that still was a thoughtless gift. Anyways, y'all, that was pretty much it of the episode. Let me know what y'all think. We'll get down in the comments. Take care of each other. Peace.